There's a Jew by the name of Rabbi Elisha Lowenstern. Rabbi Elisha Lowenstern was 38 years old. He made Aliyah with his family from New Jersey, Highland Park, New Jersey, at the age of 8. Grew up in Beit Shemesh. Lived in Israel in a town called Harish, and very successful software engineer, and also a Talmid Chacham. Every free moment he sat and learned. In fact, his wife shared he would do his exercise routines, and sometimes there's like a 30-second break between one routine and another routine. He had a Mishnayos there. And while catching his breath, he didn't waste those 30 seconds or minute between one routine and another routine and was learning Mishnayos. Elisha was killed in Gaza just in the month of Tevis. He was killed on Rosh Chodesh Tevis, December 13th. He was 38 years old, and he left his wife Hadass Lowenstern, and 6 children, ages 10 months to 12 years old. He was preparing his 12-year-old, his oldest, for his bar mitzvah, coming up. He was actually in Gaza, and he was on a mission to rescue wounded soldiers, to be able to give them the medical care they needed and save their lives. And actually, at this point, he was exempt from army service, but he felt that it was his duty to defend his people, his homeland, his brothers and sisters, and he volunteered for service. He was a pillar of his community in Harish, and as I said on Rosh Chodesh Tevis, he was killed by an anti-tank missile fired by Hamas, Yamach Shemam V'Zichram. And actually, as what I read, the story was that he saw that his unit was in danger, and he jumped in order to save them, and saved many of them, but he was killed. So this happened, as I said, Rosh Chodesh Tevis. Close to 2 months later, another Jew, happens to be a friend of mine. His name is Shalom Goodman. He's an editor in the Wall Street Journal. Lives in Brooklyn in New York. Had a baby boy. And the bris was just a few weeks ago, Erev Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph. And he and his wife decided to name the baby after Elisha. There's no family connection, there's no acquaintance, there's no relationship, not even knowledge, but his wife Liach shared that when she read the story and she knew she's soon giving birth, she just felt that she wants to name her baby for this man. So they named him David Elisha for David HaMelech, who was also quite a warrior. David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim, and for Elisha Lowenstern. Shalom is a friend of mine, so he shared with me the good news that he had a baby by email, that he had a baby with a picture of him holding his new baby. And the decision they made, and the bris. So I wrote a note to him and I said, make sure to call Hadass Lowenstern and tell her. He didn't think of it, she's an almana with 6 kids, a lot going on in Israel. This was something he did it. So he reached out to her, him and his wife both reached out to her, and they shared with her the news. It happens to be, Hadass shared that every single Rosh Chodesh, her husband bought her a gift. Every single Rosh Chodesh for the new month, her husband went and bought her a gift. So he sent me back what she wrote back to Shalom and his wife, the new mother and father. I have no words really. May Hashem bless you and your family. May you always know simcha in your life. A huge hug to my David Elisha. I'm looking forward to meet him, and to your wife too. I have no words to tell you how meaningful this is for me. The best Rosh Chodesh present that I received from my husband. This was the Rosh Chodesh. She couldn't receive a gift, but she received a baby named after her husband, continuing his legacy for eternity.
This is not a private story. This is not about Hadass Lowenstern or about Elisha Lowenstern. This is about the Jewish nation, and this is about our enemies trying to kill us throughout history. My husband was the first tank to go into the south part of the Gaza Strip. There were soldiers who got into this problem there, and they got injured. So Elisha tried to go and rescue them with his tank, and they shot at him. And they hurt him. talking about his death is so shuli in my eyes, because he only died once, but he lived every day. So telling you how my husband died, he died. Hashem decided that my husband will die. That's Hashem's decision. I can't change it. But I am alive, and my 6 kids are alive. And this is our plan. We plan on living such a wonderful life that the bad guys will never be zoche to live. We will live here in Eretz Israel, and we will study Torah, and we will lekayem mitzvot, and we will be a happy Jewish family. And this is the true victory, in my eyes, b'chol mikveh. In our watches, there is a time difference. Right here in Israel, the time is whatever, and you have time differences with us. But in our hearts, there are no time differences, and we love you so much. And we feel you. We feel you davening for us. We feel you praying for us. We feel you not speaking Lashon Hara for us. And we feel you having the best time with your kids for us. And we feel you jogging for us. Whatever you do there, far away, we feel it right here in Israel. And Bezrat Hashem, we will all be together. When Mashiach comes, we will all be together here in Yerushalayim, and I will give all of you such a huge hug, like the hugest hug ever.